So, well, today we will discuss exponential and circular functions, exponential and circular functions of a complex variable, exponential function of a complex variable, and then we will define circular functions of a complex variable. So, let x be real. So, when x be real, then we know e raised to power x is equal to exponential function of a real variable. E raised to power x is exponential function of a real variable, because here x is real. So, e raised to power x is equal to 1 plus x over 1 factorial plus x square over 2 factorial plus and so on plus x raised to power n over n factorial plus and so on up to infinity. Clear? And this one is the exponential function of real variable. On the same line, we can define exponential function of complex variable z is equal to x plus eta y, and that can be defined by e raised to power z or exponential z is equal to, just replace x by z, we get 1 plus z over 1 factorial plus z square over 2 factorial plus and so on plus z raised to power n over n factorial plus and so on up to infinity. Okay. Now, z is x plus eta y. So, put x is equal to 0, put x is equal to 0, then it becomes, this expression becomes e raised to power eta y. So, e raised to power eta y is 1 plus eta y over 1 factorial plus eta y square over 2 factorial plus eta y cube over 3 factorial and so on up to infinity. Now, separate the real and imaginary parts of this right side. Okay. So, when you separate the real and imaginary parts, we get real part is 1, this, from this minus y square over 2 factorial, from this plus y power 4 over 4 factorial minus and so on, and imaginary part becomes y minus y cube over 3 factorial plus y 5 over 5 factorial minus and so on. So, this one is the real part, this one is the imaginary part of this expression. Clear? And this one is nothing but cos y. This bracketed term is nothing but sin y. So, this means e raised to power eta y can be written as cos y plus eta sin y. Clear? Then how can we represent the exponential function of complex variable? Exponential function of complex variable. So, e raised to power z is equal to e raised to power x into e raised to power eta y. So, e raised to power x as it is, e raised to power eta y is cos y plus eta sin y, cos y plus eta sin y. So, this one is the exponential function of complex variable. Okay. Now, also we can write this z is x plus eta y. So, if you compare this expression, then you can write x plus eta y is r cos theta plus eta sin theta. This means r e raised to power eta theta. So, x is equal to x plus eta y can be written as r e raised to power eta theta. So, this one is the exponential function of a complex variable. So, e raised to power z can be written as e raised to power x cos y plus eta sin y. Clear? So, this means e raised to power eta y can be written as cos y plus eta sin y. So, x plus eta y can be written as r cos theta plus eta sin theta, which is equal to r e raised to power eta theta. So, let us find the exponential, sorry, this one is the exponential form of z, r e raised to power eta theta. Then let us define circular function of a complex variable. How can we define circular function of a complex variable? Since we know that e raised to power eta y, in previous slide we have discussed this one, e raised to power eta y, e raised to power eta y is cos y plus eta sin y, and so e raised to power minus eta y is cos y minus eta sin y by De Moivre theorem. Okay. Now, how can we define circular function of real angles? So, circular function of real angles can be written as sin y is equal to e raised to power eta y minus e raised to power minus eta y divided by 2 eta. That one is the circular function of real angles. Similarly, cos y is equal to e raised power eta y plus e raised power minus eta y divided by 2. And similarly, you can define other circular functions of real angles. Similarly, on the same line, we can define circular functions of complex variable z by equations. Sin z is equal to e raised power eta z minus e raised power minus eta z divided by 2 eta. This one is the circular function of complex variable z, sin z. Similarly, you can define cos z. Cos z is equal to e raised power eta z plus e raised power minus eta z divided by 2. Clear? Sin z over cos z, you will get tan z is equal to sin z divided by cos z. Okay? Cosecant z, we can define 2 eta divided by e raised power eta z minus e raised power minus eta z. Similarly, secant z, 2 divided by e raised power eta z plus e raised power minus eta z, just reciprocal of this, reverse of this. Cot z is cos z divided by sin z. So, in this way you can define the circular functions of complex variable. So, one problem, just find the real and imaginary part of this exponential z square. If z is x plus eta y. So, if z is a complex number, x plus eta y, x is real part, y is imaginary part. So, when z is equal to x plus eta y, then how you can separate the real and imaginary part of exponential of z square. Now, see, z square, we know x plus eta y square, this one is x plus eta y, z is x plus eta y. So, z square is x plus eta y square, and that one is x square minus y square plus 2 eta xy. Calculate exponential of this complex number, exponential of z square. So, when you calculate exponential z square, we get e raised to power z square, and z square is x square minus y square plus 2 eta xy. So, this one, clear, e raised to power x square minus y square plus 2 eta xy. Now, this eta here real part. So, e raised to power x square minus y square, e raised to power 2 eta y. So, this one is as it is, and e raised to power 2 eta xy is cos 2xy plus eta sin 2xy. Then what is the real part? Real part is this term multiplied by this term. That one is the real part of this complex number. And what is the imaginary part? This into sin 2xy. So, this one is the real part and this one is the imaginary part. So, in this way you can evaluate the real and imaginary part of this exponential of z square. Okay? So, in this type of problems you just write z square, okay, and calculate exponential z square and separate the real and imaginary parts. Now, one more problem. If z is equal to e raised power eta theta, z is equal to e raised power eta theta. E raised power eta theta means cos theta plus eta sin theta. Okay. So, z is equal to e raised power eta theta, then show that z square minus 1 divided by z square plus 1 is equal to eta tan theta. So, we have given this, z is equal to e raised power eta theta. Now, start from this left side. So, left side is z square minus 1 divided by z square plus 1, and we know z is this. So, z square is e raised power 2 eta theta. So, e raised power 2 eta theta minus 1 as it is, e raised power 2 eta theta plus 1, and e raised power eta theta common, and that common we can cancel. Okay. This e raised power eta theta cancel, denominator and in the numerator. So, we obtain e raised power eta theta minus e raised power minus eta theta divided by e raised power eta theta plus e raised power minus eta theta. Now, divide this whole term in the denominator and numerator by 2, okay, no change. Then eta and eta cancel, you will get no change. Okay. So, we get eta e raised power eta theta minus e raised power minus eta theta divided by 2 eta. This bracket term is nothing but sin theta and eta as it is, and this bracket term is cos theta. So, eta sin theta over cos theta, which means eta tan theta. This completes the proof. Clear? This completes the proof. तो इस टाइप की कुछ और प्रॉब्लम्स होंगी जो भी टेक्स्ट बुक्स हैं वहाँ से आप सॉल्व करिएगा एंड देन आप एक्सपर्ट हो जाओगे. ओके. One more question. Prove that sin alpha minus theta plus e raised power eta minus iota alpha sin theta power n is equal to sin power n alpha e raised to power minus iota n alpha. Solve this problem. So, we have given this. Now, expand this and expand this. So, sin alpha minus theta is sin alpha cos theta minus cos alpha sin theta. So, this result is this, and e raised to power minus iota alpha is this, cos alpha minus iota sin alpha and sin theta as it is power n. Now, this term, this cos alpha, this term and this term cancel. So, sin alpha cos theta minus iota sin alpha sin theta minus iota sin alpha sin theta power n, and sin alpha common. So, sin alpha common within the bracket cos theta minus iota sin theta and power n, and this term is nothing but e raised to power minus iota theta. Okay. So, use de Moivre theorem, sin power n alpha. So, this one is a power. So, sin power n alpha e raised to power minus iota theta power n. Clear? And here you apply this theorem. Okay. We get sin power n alpha e raised to power minus iota n theta. This completes the proof. Okay. So, this all about exponential form of complex variable, and next we will discuss what is circular functions or what is hyperbolic functions, and what is the relation between hyperbolic and circular functions, and then we will discuss formulae, various formulae of hyperbolic functions. So, first we define what is hyperbolic function and what is inverse hyperbolic function. So, in mathematics, the hyperbolic functions are analogous of the ordinary trigonometric or circular functions. The basic hyperbolic functions are hyperbolic sine, and that can be written as sin h, and the hyperbolic cosine, that can be written as cos h. Cos h means cos hyperbolic function or hyperbolic cosine, from which are derived the hyperbolic tangent, and that can be represented as tan h in analogy to the derived trigonometric functions. And the inverse hyperbolic functions are the area hyperbolic sine, and that can be written as AR sin h. Clear? Also called A sin h, or sometimes by the misnomer of arc sin hyperbolic h, okay, and so on. Just as the points cos t sin t form a circle with a unit radius, the points cos hyperbolic t sin hyperbolic t form the right half of the equilateral hyperbola. So, hyperbolic functions occur in the solutions of some important linear differential equations. For example, the equation defining a catenary and Laplace equation in Cartesian coordinates. The latter is important in many areas of physics, including electromagnetic theory, heat transfer, fluid dynamics and space relativity. And these type of hyperbolic functions take real values for a real augment called a hyperbolic angle. In complex analysis, they are simply rational functions of exponentials, and so are meromorphic. They were introduced by 18th century by Swiss mathematicians Lambert. तो आपने सर्कुलर फंक्शंस को काफ़ी डिटेल में +2 में पढ़ा होगा, राइट? सर्कुलर फंक्शन मीन ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक फंक्शंस जो आपके सर्कल के ऊपर ट्रेस हो रहे हैं, बट ये जो फंक्शंस है ये आपके हाइपरबोला के ऊपर बन रहे हैं, एंड द इक्वेशन ऑफ दिस हाइपरबोलिक इज x स्क्वायर माइनस y स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू 1. क्लियर? यहां से कोई भी बीम अगर आप ड्रा करो इस हाइपरबोला के ऊपर, क्लियर, तो जहां पर भी बनेगी ये जो परपेंडिकुलर डिस्टेंस है दैट वन इज साइन हाइपरबोलिक a, and this distance is cos hyperbolic A. So a ray through the origin intercept the hyperbola x square minus y square is equal to 1 in the point cos hyperbolic A sin hyperbolic A, where A is the twice the area between the ray and the x-axis. For points on the hyperbola below the x-axis, the area is considered negative. See animated version with comparison with the trigonometric and circular functions. तो अब एक एनिमेशंस को ऑब्जर्व करते हैं, ठीक है, जहां आप देखोगे सर्कुलर फंक्शंस कैसे बन रहे हैं एंड सिमिलरली ऑन द सेम लाइन हाइपरबोलिक टाइप जो फंक्शंस हैं वो कैसे डेवलप किए जा रहे हैं. ये आपका सर्कल है और ये आपका हाइपरबोला है. सपोज अगर ये 1 यूनिट इसका रेडियस है, तो जब भी ये पॉइंट सर्कल के ऊपर ट्रेस होगा, ठीक है, तो परपेंडिकुलर डिस्टेंस इज साइन थीटा and this distance is cos theta. On the same line, when this line, okay, तो ये जो एंगल है, ये जो परपेंडिकुलर डिस्टेंस है, दैट वन इज साइन हाइपरबोलिक थीटा, और ये जो डिस्टेंस बनेगा दैट वन इज कॉस हाइपरबोलिक थीटा. तो इन दोनों के बीच में रिलेशन भी डेवलप किया जा सकता है. ओके, सो दिस वन इज द एनिमेशन वर्जन ऑफ combined circular functions as well as hyperbolic type of functions. So when you see the graph of these functions, sin hyperbolic theta, this red line, the graph of this function is look like this way. Cos hyperbolic theta, this one, cos hyperbolic theta, and tan hyperbolic theta, this blue line, this one is tan hyperbolic theta. Cosecant hyperbolic theta, this red line, clear? The graph of this cosecant hyperbolic theta. Similarly, secant hyperbolic theta, this green line, okay, that one is secant hyperbolic theta, and cot hyperbolic theta, this blue line. Okay, so these are the graphs of these fundamental hyperbolic functions. So first one is, how can you define this hyperbolic type of functions? So for all values of x, real or complex, the quantity e raised to power x minus e raised to power minus x divided by 2, this quantity is nothing but called hyperbolic sine of x and is written as sine hyperbolic x. So the quantity e raised to power x minus e raised to power minus x divided by 2 is called hyperbolic sine of x. Similarly, e raised to power x plus e raised to power minus x, this quantity is called hyperbolic cosine of x, and we can write here as cos hyperbolic x. This means sine hyperbolic x is this relation and cos hyperbolic x is e raised to power x plus e raised to power minus x divided by 2. And other hyperbolic functions are defined in terms of hyperbolic sine or cosine as follow. Tan hyperbolic x, which is equal to sine hyperbolic x divided by cos hyperbolic x. So divide these two relations, you will get e raised to power x minus e raised to power minus x divided by e raised to power x plus e raised to power minus x. Similarly, cot hyperbolic x is cos hyperbolic x over sine hyperbolic x. Secant hyperbolic x is 1 over cos hyperbolic x, and cosecant hyperbolic x is 1 over sine hyperbolic x. So in this way, you can define these hyperbolic functions: sine hyperbolic x, cos hyperbolic x, tan hyperbolic x, similarly cosecant hyperbolic x, secant hyperbolic x, and cot hyperbolic x. Now let us develop the relation between these two type of functions, circular as well as hyperbolic type of functions. So relation between hyperbolic and circular functions. So prove that sine eta x is equal to eta sine hyperbolic x. Prove this result. Second, cos eta x is cos hyperbolic x. Tan eta x is eta tan hyperbolic x. Prove these three results. On the same line, you can prove another three relations. Okay. So how can we prove first one? Since we know that cos theta is equal to e raised to power eta theta plus e raised power minus iota theta divided by 2, and sin theta is equal to e raised power iota theta minus e raised power minus iota theta divided by 2 iota. We know these two results by definition. Putting theta is equal to minus x in these equations, then sin theta replaced by iota x. So sin iota x is equal to e raised power iota theta, theta is iota x, minus e raised power minus iota x divided by 2 iota. And when you solve this one, you will get e raised power minus x minus e raised power plus x divided by 2 iota. Clear? And this can be written as minus e raised power x, this term e raised power x minus e raised power minus x divided by 2 iota. 2 iota is as it is. Now minus 1 is iota square, and this iota cancel. We get iota e raised power x minus e raised power minus x divided by 2, and this result is nothing but sin hyperbolic x. So whole result is sin iota x is iota sin hyperbolic x. So remember this one, sin iota x is equal to iota sin hyperbolic x. Clear? तो जब भी आपने ये जो आइटा है इसको बाहर लाना है, साइन से बाहर लाना है, बाहर तो आ जाएगा, लेकिन वो जो ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक फंक्शन है वो हाइपरबोला में चेंज हो जाएगा, तभी वो आइटा जो है वो बाहर आएगा. क्लियर? सिमिलरली cos आइटा x इज e raised power iota x plus e raised power minus iota x divided by 2, and it becomes e raised power minus x plus e raised power x divided by 2, and that one is equal to nothing but cos hyperbolic x. तो अगर cos आइटा x है, इस आइटा को जब बाहर लाना है, क्लियर, तो आइटा बाहर नहीं आएगा, अपने आप ये cos hyperbolic x में चेंज हो जाएगा. क्लियर? उसको लाने की कोई जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. बट इन दोनों रिजल्ट्स में आपने याद रखना है, साइन आइटा x के केस में आपका यहां पर आइटा आएगा, और cos आइटा x के केस में आपका आइटा नहीं आएगा. सिमिलरली tan आइटा x is iota tan hyperbolic x. So remember these three important relations between circular as well as hyperbolic type of functions. Now जैसे आपने ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक फंक्शंस के रिलेशंस डेवलप किए हैं, फार्मूले डेवलप किए हैं, ठीक है, वैसे ही आपके हाइपरबोलिक फंक्शंस के भी वो सारे फार्मूले एग्जिस्ट करते हैं. ओके, सो फर्स्ट टाइप ऑफ फार्मूलाज, cos hyperbolic square x minus sin hyperbolic square x is equal to 1. बट ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक में ऐसा नहीं है. ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक में है sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Okay, but here minus, and cos hyperbolic square x minus sin hyperbolic square x is equal to 1. Secant hyperbolic square x plus tan hyperbolic square x is equal to 1, and cot hyperbolic square x minus cosecant hyperbolic square x is equal to 1. So let us prove first one. Okay, and on the same line you can prove b and c. Clear? So for r value of theta we know this result. This one is a trigonometric relation, trigonometric formula. Sin cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1. Put theta is equal to iota x. Put theta is equal to iota x. Then it becomes cos square iota x plus sin square iota x is equal to 1. And that one is, use this formula. Cos iota x is cos hyperbolic x. So cos hyperbolic x square. Now sin square iota x, we know sin x iota x is iota sin hyperbolic x. So this means iota sin hyperbolic x square is equal to 1. But iota square is minus 1. So cos hyperbolic square x minus sin hyperbolic square x is equal to 1. तो जब ये फार्मूले डेवलप कर लिए आपने, फिर आप जितने भी ये रिजल्ट्स हैं इनको आप हाइपरबोलिक फॉर्म में ट्रांसफॉर्म कर सकते हो. ठीक है, तो जैसे मैंने ये एक प्रोसेस करके दिखाया है, वैसे आपने इसको और इसको भी करके देखना है. क्लियर? Now second type of formulas, sin hyperbolic x plus minus y is equal to sin hyperbolic x cos hyperbolic y plus minus, here plus minus, here also plus minus, cos hyperbolic x sin hyperbolic y. Second one is cos hyperbolic x plus minus y is equal to cos hyperbolic x cos hyperbolic y again plus minus sin hyperbolic x sin hyperbolic y, and tan hyperbolic x plus minus y is equal to tan hyperbolic x plus minus tan hyperbolic y divided by 1 plus minus tan hyperbolic x tan hyperbolic y. So, in hyperbolic type of functions, we have these type of relations. So, let us prove this first one. Now, sin hyperbolic x y, x plus minus y is equal to, अब देखिए फार्मूला हमारे पास है sin hyperbolic x is equal to 1 over eta sin eta x. Clear? 1 over eta sin eta x. So, it becomes 1 over eta sin eta x is x plus minus y. Clear? You just apply this formula. We know sin eta x is equal to eta sin hyperbolic x. So, sin hyperbolic x is 1 over eta sin eta x. Now, sin eta x plus minus y is equal to sin eta x plus minus eta y. So, it becomes sin eta x cos eta y cos eta x sin eta y, and 1 over eta as it is. And we know sin eta x is eta sin hyperbolic x, cos eta y is cos hyperbolic y, cos eta x is cos hyperbolic y, and sin eta y is eta sin hyperbolic y. Clear? Now, this eta and this eta cancel. So, we get sin hyperbolic x cos hyperbolic y plus minus, and this eta and this eta cancel, we get cos hyperbolic x sin hyperbolic y. So, this one is the formula for sin hyperbolic x plus minus y. Clear? Now, third type of formulas, sin hyperbolic 2x is 2 sin hyperbolic x cos hyperbolic x, and that one is equal to 2 tan hyperbolic x divided by 1 minus tan hyperbolic square x. And second, cos hyperbolic 2x is equal to cos hyperbolic square x plus sin hyperbolic square x. पहले ये माइनस था, बट यहाँ पर प्लस है, and that one is equal to 2 cos hyperbolic square x minus 1, and that one is equal to 1 plus 2 sin hyperbolic square x, and that one is equal to 1 plus tan hyperbolic square x divided by 1 minus tan hyperbolic square x. And third one is tan hyperbolic 2x is equal to 2 tan hyperbolic x divided by 1 plus tan hyperbolic square x. So, let us prove this one. Okay? We know this formula, sin 2 theta is equal to 2 sin theta cos theta, trigonometric formula. We know this result, sin 2 theta is equal to 2 sin theta cos theta. So, putting theta is equal to eta x. So, when you substitute theta is equal to eta x, then it becomes sin 2 eta x is equal to 2 sin eta x cos eta x, and use the relation between circular and hyperbolic functions. So, it becomes eta sin hyperbolic 2x, sin eta x is eta sin hyperbolic x, cos eta x is simply cos hyperbolic x. So, it means eta, this eta and this eta cancel. Okay? So, we get sin hyperbolic 2x is equal to 2 sin hyperbolic x. So, that one is the first result. Also, we know that sin 2 theta is equal to 2 tan theta divided by 1 plus tan square theta. Okay? So, put theta is equal to eta x, then sin 2 eta x is equal to 2 tan eta x divided by 1 plus tan square eta x, and we know tan eta x is equal to eta tan hyperbolic x, and denominator eta tan hyperbolic x square, and eta square means minus. Okay? So, it becomes eta tan hyperbolic 2x. This result, this sin 2 eta x is eta sin hyperbolic 2x is equal to 2 eta tan hyperbolic x divided by 1 minus tan hyperbolic square x. Now, this eta and this eta cancel, we get sin hyperbolic 2x is equal to 2 tan hyperbolic x divided by 1 minus tan hyperbolic square x. So, this completes the proof. Okay? This completes the proof. So, in this way you can find all these, you can derive all these remaining formulas. Okay? And fourth type of results are sin hyperbolic 3x is equal to 3 sin hyperbolic x plus 4 sin hyperbolic cube x. Cos hyperbolic 3x is equal to 4 cos hyperbolic cube x plus 3 cos hyperbolic x, and tan hyperbolic 3x is equal to 3 tan hyperbolic x plus tan hyperbolic cube x divided by 1 plus 3 tan hyperbolic square x. Okay? So, solve this first one. Okay? we know this formula. Sin 3 theta is equal to 3 sin theta minus 4 sin cube theta. Then put theta is equal to eta x. Then we get this. Just replace theta by eta x. Now sin 3 eta x is eta sin hyperbolic 3x, right? 3 sin eta x is 3 eta sin hyperbolic x, and 4 sin cube eta x is minus 4 as it is eta sin hyperbolic x cube, right? And now simplify, okay? We get eta sin hyperbolic 3x as it is, 3 eta hyperbolic sin as it is, and it becomes 4 eta cube, means plus 4 eta sin hyperbolic cube x, this one. Eta cancel left hand side as well as in the right hand side. So we obtain this formula, okay? Sin hyperbolic 3x plus is equal to 3 sin hyperbolic x plus 4 sin hyperbolic cube x. Similarly, you can find this one and this one. Clear? Now fifth type of formulas are 2 sin hyperbolic a cos hyperbolic b is equal to sin hyperbolic a plus b plus sin hyperbolic a minus b. Similarly, 2 cos hyperbolic a sin hyperbolic b is sin hyperbolic a plus b minus sin hyperbolic a minus b. 2 cos hyperbolic a cos hyperbolic b is equal to cos hyperbolic a plus b plus cos hyperbolic a minus b, and 2 sin hyperbolic a sin hyperbolic b is equal to cos hyperbolic a plus b minus cos hyperbolic a minus b. And last type of formulas are sin hyperbolic c plus sin hyperbolic d is equal to 2 sin hyperbolic c plus d over 2 cos hyperbolic c minus d over 2. Similarly, sin hyperbolic c minus sin hyperbolic d is equal to 2 cos hyperbolic c plus d over 2 sin hyperbolic c minus d over 2. And third one is cos hyperbolic c plus cos hyperbolic d is equal to 2 cos hyperbolic c plus d over 2 cos hyperbolic c minus d over 2, and cos hyperbolic c minus cos hyperbolic d is equal to 2 sin hyperbolic c plus d over 2 sin hyperbolic c minus d over 2. तो जो आप ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक फंक्शंस के ये जो रिलेशंस आपने डेवलप किए हैं वहाँ पे, ठीक है ना, वहाँ से स्टार्ट करिए और अकॉर्डिंगली इसको, जैसे प्रीवियस प्रॉब्लम्स में मैंने आपको बताया कि कैसे इसको सॉल्व करना है. पुट थीटा इज इक्वल टू आइटा एक्स एंड use the relation between circular as well as hyperbolic relations, okay, formulas. So by using those formulas you can find right hand side of the given expressions, okay. Last topic is what is inverse hyperbolic function. Clear? What is inverse hyperbolic function? If sin hyperbolic u is equal to z, this one is a hyperbolic function. Sin hyperbolic u is equal to z, then this u is called the hyperbolic sine inverse of z. This u is called the hyperbolic sine inverse of z, and we can write here u is equal to sine h inverse z. U is equal to sine hyperbolic inverse z. Similarly, we can define cos hyperbolic inverse z and tan hyperbolic inverse z. Clear? And the inverse hyperbolic functions, like other inverse functions, are multivalued. So these type of functions are multivalued, but we shall consider their principal values, okay. So let us prove these results. To show that sine hyperbolic inverse z is equal to log z plus z square plus 1 under root. Cos hyperbolic inverse z is equal to log z plus z square minus 1 under root. And tan hyperbolic inverse z is equal to 1 over 2 log 1 plus z over 1 minus z. तो हम इसको सॉल्व करेंगे, ये तो सिमिलरली हो जाएगा और फिर हम इसको सॉल्व करेंगे, ओके. सो लेट अस प्रूव फर्स्ट रिजल्ट. Let sin hyperbolic inverse z is equal to u. Let us suppose that this side is u. Then what is z? Z is sin hyperbolic u. And by definition, sin hyperbolic u is 1 by 2 e raised power u minus e raised power minus u, by definition of hyperbolic function. Clear? So sine hyperbolic u is 1 by 2 e raised power u minus e raised power minus u. Now z is equal to this result. Okay, z is equal to this one. Clear? So 2z is equal to e raised power u minus 1 over e raised power u, and solve this one, e raised power 2u minus 2z e raised power u minus 1 is equal to 0, which is quadratic in e raised power u. Solve this quadratic equation. So when you calculate e raised power u, we get 2z plus minus 4z square plus 4 under root divided by 2. Very simple. Solve this e raised power z, e raised power u. So e raised power u is 2z plus minus 4z square plus 4 under root divided by 2, and we obtain this z plus minus z square plus 1 under root. So taking positive sign only, we obtain e raised power u is equal to z plus z square plus 1 under root. Okay, and from this, if e raised power u is this, then u is equal to log z plus z square plus 1 under root. Clear? And what is u? U is sine hyperbolic z. So sine hyperbolic z is equal to sine hyperbolic inverse z is equal to log z plus z square plus 1 under root. Okay. Similarly, you can find second part cos hyperbolic inverse z. So let us try how can we prove tan hyperbolic inverse z is equal to 1 by 2 log 1 plus z over 1 minus z. Let us prove this result. Let us suppose tan hyperbolic inverse z is equal to u. This means z is equal to tan hyperbolic u. And we know by definition of tan hyperbolic u, z is equal to e raised power u minus e raised power minus u divided by e raised power u plus e raised power minus u. Okay. अब हमें क्या चाहिए? हमें चाहिए z is equal to this, हमें चाहिए 1 plus z over 1 minus z. ये result हमें चाहिए. This part is important. So accordingly, our requirement use apply componendo and dividendo method. Okay. So applying componendo and dividendo method in such a way, left side is 1 plus z over 1 minus z. Okay. Then calculate right side on the same operation. Okay. We obtain e raised power u over e raised power minus u, which is equal to e raised power e raised power 2u. So 1 plus z over 1 minus z is e raised power 2u. So 2u is equal to this result, log 1 plus z over 1 minus z. So this implies u is equal to 1 over 2 log 1 plus z over 1 minus z. And what is u? U is tan hyperbolic inverse z. So tan hyperbolic inverse z is equal to 1 by 2 log 1 plus z over 1 minus z. So in this way you can derive the expression, required expression as per our requirement. Okay. So thank you very much. Next time we will discuss real and imaginary parts of all these type of problems like hyperbolic functions. Okay. So next part is just separate the real and imaginary parts of hyperbolic type of expressions. Okay. So thank you very much.